Time, as we perceive it, is but a ripple on the surface of a vast cosmic ocean, an endless expanse that stretches beyond our comprehension. Jain philosophy invites us to dive deeper, to explore the cyclical nature of existence, a concept known as Kalchakra, the wheel of time, which governs the rhythm of the universe. This wheel, eternally turning, is divided into two halves: Utsarpini, the ascending cycle, and Avasarpini, the descending cycle, each representing a different phase of cosmic evolution. Each half-cycle comprises 6 epochs, or eras, marking distinct phases in the rise and fall of civilizations, morality, and spiritual evolution, shaping the destiny of all beings. Imagine this wheel slowly revolving, carrying us through periods of enlightenment and darkness, abundance and scarcity, joy and sorrow, as it spins through the ages. The Jains believe that the universe is not bound by a single creation or a final destruction, but rather it is a continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Instead, it undergoes an endless series of transformations, each cycle mirroring the last, yet distinct in its own right, reflecting the ever-changing nature of existence. Just as the sun rises and sets, so too does the world experience periods of growth and decline, only to be reborn anew, continuing the eternal dance of creation and dissolution. The Utsarpini cycle, the upward swing of the cosmic wheel, begins with an era of unimaginable bliss and spiritual purity. This is a time when the universe itself seems to be in perfect harmony, resonating with the highest vibrations of peace and enlightenment. This is the era of Sukma, an age where beings are said to possess divine qualities, living for eons in a state of perfect happiness and enlightenment. Their lives are marked by an unbroken chain of joy and spiritual fulfillment, untouched by the shadows of suffering or ignorance. As the wheel turns, it enters the era of Sukma, a time still characterized by great spiritual advancement, though slightly less refined than the previous epoch. The beings here continue to thrive in a world of profound wisdom and inner peace, yet the perfection of the earlier age begins to show the faintest signs of change. The beings of this age, while still possessing extraordinary abilities, experience a subtle decline in their spiritual stature. Their powers remain remarkable, but the purity of their essence starts to wane ever so slightly, hinting at the transformations to come. The transition to the third era, Sukma Dukma, marks a pivotal point in the cycle. This epoch is a bridge between the realms of pure bliss and the emerging complexities of duality. Here we see the first seeds of duality, the interplay of pleasure and pain, good and evil. The once seamless existence now begins to show contrasts, as beings start to experience the dual nature of reality. While still an age of relative prosperity and spiritual growth, the beings of this time experience a more pronounced sense of individuality, their actions carrying greater karmic weight. The sense of self becomes more defined, and with it, the responsibilities and consequences of their choices. This marks the beginning of a gradual descent, a slow drift away from the pure, unadulterated bliss of the first two epochs. The journey of the cosmic wheel continues, setting the stage for the unfolding drama of existence. The fourth era, Dukma Sukma, is unique in that it bridges the Utsarpini and Avasarpini cycles, serving as a crucial transitional period in Jain cosmology. This epoch is often described as a golden age, a time of great material and spiritual prosperity, where civilizations reach their zenith in terms of development and harmony. Beings possess a high degree of morality and live long, healthy lives, free from the ailments and conflicts that plague other eras. The arts and sciences flourish, and there is a general sense of harmony and well-being. Cultural achievements reach unprecedented heights, and knowledge is revered and widely disseminated. However, even in this seemingly idyllic age, the seeds of decline are sown, hinting at the inevitable downturn that follows. The Jains believe that the current age, the one we inhabit today, is the fifth era, known as Dukma Dukma, marking a stark contrast to the Golden Age. This epoch, firmly entrenched in the descending cycle, is characterized by increasing spiritual darkness, moral decay, and widespread suffering. The moral fabric of society is fraying, and ethical standards are in decline. Human lifespans are shortened, diseases are rampant, and natural disasters are more frequent. The stability and harmony of the Golden Age seem like distant memories. The pursuit of material wealth and sensory pleasures takes precedence over spiritual growth, leading to a decline in ethical behavior and an increase in conflict and suffering. The focus on immediate gratification overshadows long-term well-being and spiritual fulfillment. As the wheel of time continues its inexorable descent, we enter the sixth and final era of the Avasarpini cycle, Dukma. This is an age of profound darkness, characterized by widespread ignorance, violence, and despair. Humanity has reached its lowest point, both morally and spiritually. Natural disasters are commonplace, and life itself becomes a struggle for survival. The transition between each era is not a sudden, cataclysmic event, but rather a gradual, almost imperceptible shift. Imagine a slow fade, like the dimming of light as the sun sets. The qualities of one age gradually give way to the next, as the karmic consequences of actions ripple through time, shaping the destiny of individuals and civilizations alike. Section 5. The Depths of Darkness. The sixth era, Dukma, represents the nadir of the cosmic cycle, a time of profound darkness and despair. Humanity, consumed by greed, hatred, and delusion, has strayed far from its true nature. The world is plagued by suffering, both natural and man-made. Lifespans are brutally short, disease is rampant, and natural disasters are commonplace. This is not, however, the end. The Jain concept of time is cyclical, not linear. Just as the darkest hour precedes the dawn, so too does the Dukma era herald the beginning of a new ascent. The wheel of time, having reached its lowest point, begins to turn upwards once more, ushering in a new cycle of growth and evolution. Section 6. A glimmer of hope. Even in the depths of the Dukma era, a glimmer of hope remains. The Jain texts speak of 63 illustrious beings, known as Shalaka Purushas, who emerged throughout the cycles to guide humanity towards righteousness. These extraordinary individuals, through their teachings and example, rekindle the flame of spirituality and pave the way for a new era of enlightenment. The transition from the Dukma era back to the first era of the Utsapini cycle, Sukma, is a gradual process, spanning countless years. It is a time of slow but steady spiritual awakening as the karmic consequences of past actions gradually dissipate and the seeds of compassion and wisdom begin to sprout once more. Section 7. The Turning Tide. As the wheel of time continues its upward trajectory, humanity gradually emerges from the darkness of the Dukma era. The transition to Sukma is marked by a gradual increase in lifespan, a decrease in suffering, and a resurgence of spiritual understanding. The world begins to heal, and the seeds of compassion and wisdom sown by the Shalaka Purushas begin to bear fruit. This is not a time for complacency, however. The cyclical nature of time means that the potential for both progress and decline is always present. The choices we make, both individually and collectively, will determine the course of future cycles. By living ethically and cultivating spiritual awareness, we can contribute to the upward momentum of the wheel, ensuring a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. Section 8. A New Dawn. The dawn of the Sukma era marks the beginning of a new cosmic cycle, a time of unparalleled peace, prosperity, and spiritual enlightenment. Humanity, having learned from the mistakes of previous cycles, has attained a high level of spiritual evolution. Suffering is virtually non-existent, and beings live in a state of perfect harmony with themselves, each other, and the natural world. The cyclical nature of time, as understood in Jain philosophy, offers a profound perspective on the nature of existence. It reminds us that nothing is permanent, that change is the only constant. It also highlights the interconnectedness of all things, how our actions have consequences that extend far beyond our immediate sphere of influence. Section 9. Echoes of Eternity. Each revolution of the Kalchakra, the Wheel of Time, carries within it echoes of previous cycles. The lessons learned, the karma accumulated, and the spiritual progress made all leave their mark on the fabric of existence. In this sense, nothing is truly lost, and the potential for growth and evolution is infinite. The Jain concept of time is not meant to inspire fear or despair, but rather to instill a sense of responsibility and hope. By understanding the cyclical nature of existence, we can break free from the illusion of permanence and embrace the transformative power of change. Section 10. Our place in the cycle. We stand today at a pivotal point in the cosmic cycle. The choices we make, both individually and collectively, will determine the course of future epochs. By embracing the ethical principles of Jainism, non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, celibacy and non-attachment, we can contribute to the upward momentum of the wheel, creating a world of greater peace, harmony and spiritual understanding. The end of the world, as envisioned in Jain philosophy, is not an ending at all, but rather a transformation, a return to the source from which all things emerge. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the potential for renewal and rebirth is always present. Let us strive to live in a way that honors this cyclical nature of existence, embracing both the challenges and the opportunities that each new dawn brings.